Welcome back. I'm Emily at Emily's podcast, Tribute to All Little Angels, Part 12, Episode 3 of the Timeline. April 9th, 2025. The episode airs this evening, and at times I think this is it. Then a few days after each episode, it doesn't seem to be. And I think, let's keep going. I'm not giving up. As the day moves on, this evening I'm on the patio looking up at the sky. I see thin, white lined clouds, and it looks to me as it's a heart shape intertwined with the lines of the clouds through the heart. It sets above the tree line in my backyard. As the evening moves on, I receive the approval for the episode, and now we wait. April 10th, 2025. This morning after breakfast, I leave to go to the country to help out our friend. When I arrive, he's asleep in his chair. I start cleaning the kitchen, trying not to wake him, but it seems the quieter you are, the noisier you are. Or at least I know I am. I get the dishes done and I hear him moving around. Soon after, he comes into the kitchen to sit at his counter. I get him a water. As I finish cleaning the countertops and stovetop, and when I finish in the kitchen after being able to sweep and mop, he wants to go to the stores. So we went. Afterward, and when we finished, I get him back home, I help him, and when I'm finished with the vacuuming and the dusting in his living room, I sit to relax before going home. April 11th, 2025. This morning, before going to get my grandchildren this afternoon, I went to the cemetery. I visit with Wyatt for a short time, and then I visit Megan, and all seems all right in Babyland 6th West. I am keeping an eye on things, all of it. When I leave the cemetery, I think, I'm not going to get much writing done this weekend, but I can work on it on Monday. I will write the episode, reread it, time it directly after, and then I can record the same evening or the next day. So everyone have a great weekend. April 12th, 2025. My grandbabies are here and we will make plans for the day. And as the day moves on, we stayed in. We played board games, so it was not a bad afternoon. This evening, their dad takes them to visit their cousins and grandmother, and I'm able to start to write the episode. I get about 10 pages written when they came back, and I'm happy to see them. I will finish the writing later, and thank you, God, for this day. And now it's movie night. April 13th, 2025. I thank God for waking me and waking my grandbabies. As we start our day, we don't have a lot of time because my babies go home today. I enjoy visiting with them. We do have a lot of fun. At 4:00 p.m., we leave to take them home. After the long drive, I get home and I sit to relax before bed. April 14th, 2025. On this morning, I get breakfast over. I clean up. I then start to finish the writing for the episode for this week. When I finish the writing, I reread it, I time it, and it is ready to record. I take a short break, I get some water, and I sit down to start to record. After the 7th try, I did finally get it. And man, it takes so much out of me. I sit for a little while, and this time too, I have to go and lay down. I did for about an hour, and when I get up, I can feel the weight. I take it and keep moving. April 15th, 2025. Good morning. This is my free day, more or less. I can take it as. Since I have the writing done, it's recorded and scheduled. I see the time on the clock. It is 11:03 a.m. I'm still kicked back doing nothing. I see the clock again. It is 1:08 p.m. I'm still kicked back, relaxing. I see 2:59 p.m. I'm still sitting, not lazy, just being lazy, and it feels good. Then I see the clock again. It is 6:30 p.m. It's dinner, and I have not cooked anything or ate much today at all, except breakfast and a snack about midday. I get up out of my chair and I go into the kitchen. I cook some dinner and I sit to eat. I sit until bed. Have a good night. I'm exhausted. April 16th, 2025. I think about the episode airing tonight, and of course, I want this to be the episode for someone to give us a call. Send us a message with help. Help as in to get a law drafted and passed to be able to get this fixed for the loved ones that are laid to rest and their families. These folks do not deserve to lay in the ground to rest, to have no marker above them. Are you going to be that someone? April 17th, 2025. I start my day by getting up to have to go to the country. I did take time to eat and drink my cup of tea, and then I get ready to leave. On my way out, I drive to listen to music. I'm feeling good right now, stress-free, clear-minded, and positive thoughts. When I arrive, he needs help cutting up fresh fruit into bowls to easily serve for himself, and I don't mind. While I'm here, I clean up a little for him. I eat a bowl of fresh fruit myself before leaving. When I leave, I went to pick up Madison to go to the cemetery. At 6:09 p.m., I pull up to Wyatt. I take 2 pictures from the street. The third picture is Madison walking up the sidewalk to Wyatt's area. In the fourth picture, Wyatt's flowers are in his vase with his Easter bunny steak and a blue Easter egg. In the fifth picture, Madison is standing over Wyatt's headstone, laying her hand on his lamb. In the next picture, too. The seventh picture, Madison is arranging his flowers in his vase, sprucing them up. The eighth picture, too. The ninth picture is of Madison standing west of Wyatt's headstone, then another picture of Wyatt's headstone, and another. As I walk away, I snap a photo of the back side of his headstone, and I went to the car. I talk with Wyatt from the car in a quiet voice, and I pull away to visit Megan. As I pull up to Babyland 6th West, I take a picture of the full view area. In the second picture, it's another picture of the full view area. Megan has no flowers. So in this next picture, Madison is sticking Megan's flowers in the ground on her resting plot west of the existing tree. In the fourth picture, it is taken of the south of the tree with no tree showing, just a branch hanging, but to the electrical pole. The only headstone that has a flower is the rock headstone. In the fifth picture, it's a close-up picture of the southeast headstone to the rock headstone. You can visualize the white rocks on the west side of this rock headstone. Headstone showing in the west and onto the Mother Mary statue. There are headstones to the north of this lineup also. The sixth picture, it's a close-up from the south facing north of the blue and white Babyland 6th West sign, which sits east of the existing tree and has always, since Megan has been put there. Then the tree, headstones to the south of this tree, should sit north. Madison is standing over Megan's flowers. She just stuck in the ground and not on her headstone. Megan's headstone was washed away from her resting plot due to flood water, then removed because of a lie which was told. The newly set in headstone is also visual in this picture. In the seventh picture, it's a close-up picture of Megan's Easter flowers stuck in the ground. They are pink, purple, yellow, and white, with an Easter egg stake stuck in the ground and a pink Easter egg. The eighth picture is of Madison standing over Megan's flowers at Megan's resting plot west of the tree, the existing tree. In the next picture too. In the 10th picture, again, a close-up of Megan's flowers. The 11th picture is of Megan's flowers with two of the tree root pattern from the tree. The same tree I sat under for 16 years before the floodwater moved the headstones. In the 12th picture is of the full view area at Babyland 6th West, with the lineup from the small newly set in drain to the black and white Babyland sign, to the double headstones, to the blue and white Babyland 6th West sign, moving west to the tree, onto Megan's flowers, which first should come the rock headstone, but it still sits out of the resting location and on to the west to the newly set in headstone. And then the next picture is taken east of the old rusty big drain that has sat there since I know of since 1999, taken west of the north area of this existing tree and where the north tree sat until the city cut it out. After visiting with Megan a little longer, Madison and I leave the cemetery. When I take Madison home, I went home too. When getting here, I sit to relax, then I write in the screenplay, working to get it done. A couple hours later, I say goodnight. April 18th, 2025. Before I start to write an episode, I receive pictures of my granddogs. Daisy outside looking in, Nala sitting looking at Daisy, then a picture of Daisy laying in the shade. Dogs are so funny. They each have their own personality, and they make me laugh. And that's a good thing. I gather my paperwork together, then I sit down to write. I spent about 2.5 hours writing, and I thought, I'm going to take a short break. I get lunch, and after I eat, I write some more. When I finish the writing, I set it aside. I will reread and time it later or tomorrow. April 19th, 2025. Easter is tomorrow, so I will get things done today for dinner and Easter baskets made for my grandbabies. I spent the day cleaning, cooking, and arranging the Easter baskets. When I finish, I sit to reread and time the episode. It is long enough, so it's ready to record, and I am relieved. So until tomorrow, have a great night and at Easter tomorrow. April 20th, 2025. Happy Easter to all. First thing, I received pictures of my granddogs hunting their Easter dog treat, and each one of them would find their own. It's so cute. I then finish preparing dinner and get the food cooked when family members arrive to eat. My grandbabies came in excitedly and spent time with them too. They received their baskets and they were happy, and I am happy also. Even the adults were happy because, of course, they get a solid chocolate rabbit, and I'm happy they are happy. We did have a good day, but before the day is over, we went to the cemetery. Of course we did. It's Easter. I pull up to Wyatt's area. His flowers are laying all over the ground from the storm we've had, water laying on the ground. So, oh no, I cringe. And I cringe because I know Babyland 6th West will be the worst. As we walk over to Wyatt's headstone, Madison waded through the water to set Wyatt's flowers back in his vase. Then she tiptoed through the puddles of water back to the sidewalk, in which that also is covered with water. I take a picture from the sidewalk from afar of Wyatt's headstone with his flowers back in his vase. And happy Easter, Wyatt. We went to visit Megan. As I pull around onto the west side, water is laying in the ground and the grass. I can tell from the south side of the cemetery. Babyland 6th West is flooded. A lot of water to lay on the grounds, which that's why the drains were fixed to fix this problem. But it didn't work. In the third and fourth pictures, as I pull up to the area, oh my gosh, it's like a pond. Headstones are covered in water. In the fifth picture, it is further north. Babyland 6th West is flooded again, and it looks disgusting. In the sixth and seventh pictures, I just stare at all the water laying, and it makes me sick. In the sixth picture, Megan's flowers are here. They are stuck in the ground, still standing through all the water laying. Hang on to them, baby. In the seventh picture, my gosh, the water laying on these grounds. It's ridiculous. In the eighth picture, it's of the full view area of Babyland 6th West, flooded. The ninth picture too. In the 10th picture, it's of Megan's area and flowers close up, water laying all around her area. And you can see the headstones that sit next to this existing tree, which used to sit next to the north tree. One of the headstones are now sitting closer to the tree, and just by looking at this picture, that headstone has moved. My gosh, what is the problem with fixing this situation the correct way? In the next picture, it's of the area south of the existing tree, showing water laying. In the 12th picture, it's of the south area of the existing tree, showing the heart headstones to the south and to the west, including the newly set in headstone, set in 2019, covered in water. The 13th picture is of the two newly set in headstones, the southeast headstone, the rock headstone, and on to the west to the Mother Mary statue. all underwater. In the 14th picture also. In the 15th picture, it's of Megan's area again, water laying all over. And in the 16th picture, it's of the full view area in Babyland 6th West, flooded. And in the next 7 pictures, they were taken of different areas in Babyland 6th West. Even north of the tree, the area is flooded too. I stand on the street. I look down each drain. The old drain that's been there way before 1999, my guess is, and is the newly set in drain set in 2019 while fixing the drains. I have to wonder if new drains are and were put in, why is it still flooding? Maybe the grounds are lower than the drains, but I look down them to see or hear water draining. I can hear water running, but I don't see any in the drains. This water that sits on the grounds for days or a week at a time, I don't believe it drains. It just dries into the ground. We then visit a little longer, and then we leave the cemetery. Happy Easter, Megan. When I get home, I clean a little before relaxing, and when I'm done, I went to bed. April 21st, 2025. Good day to all. I have an appointment today, an hour and a half away, so I will be busy. Have a great day. April 22nd, 2025. Thank you, God. A day to record since I could not and did not get it done yesterday. Again, have a great day. April 23rd, 2025. I thank God for the episode being recorded. This morning, as I get my day started, I clean before going to the cemetery. When I finish, I went to the cemetery. At 1:06 p.m., I walk up the back side of Wyatt's headstone. I take a picture. I take a picture of his headstone front side. His flowers are in place in his vase. And in the next picture, too, of his flowers, the 4th picture I take is of the area nearby Wyatt, of the headstones in a row, and of the broken headstone. The 5th picture is another example of how the headstones sit. I visit with Wyatt, and a little while later, Madison stayed in the car. Then I pull around to visit Megan. As I pull up the west side of the cemetery, there is still water laying on the grounds in Babyland 6th West area. In the first picture and in the second picture is the same. The tire tracks are yet again filled with water. The 3rd picture is taken east of the area, showing in the grass, water still lays on the ground. And it's sad too, to think, and I guess for some, they wouldn't understand. But we watched as they took the complaints, and then to be lied to be very disrespected, to have watched, and pictures of everything they've done could be only some of what we know, or maybe not. But either way, we do know. In the 4th picture, it's a full view picture, Babyland 6th West area. And wow, I gotta keep an eye on a couple of these headstones and compare to earlier pictures. But when I do, I will let you know what I find. The 5th picture is of the full view area from the electrical pole to the existing tree. The 6th picture is of the southeast headstone to the rock headstone, A red flower is stuck in the ground near the rock headstone and stayed in the ground through all the water that lays on this ground and that it flooded. To the west and on to the Mother Mary statue. In the seventh picture, it's of Megan's area close up. And in this picture, Megan's flowers are here, minus the purple bouquet of flowers. They are not stuck in the ground. They are now laying on the ground nearby. But it's too soppy wet to walk over to stick them back in the ground today. In the next pictures of the full view area, and again these headstones, the two I'm focused on, may have been also slightly shifted. I will check it out in older pictures and in newly pictures to come. The ninth picture shows puddles of water in different areas. The 10th picture, it's of the newly set in drain to the west of the black and white Babyland sign to the double headstones, which are also out of their resting location, as pictures show. On west to the blue and white Babyland 6th West sign, to the tree, the existing tree, to Megan's flowers and headstones to the west, including the newly set in headstone. Drain set in east of Megan's resting plot, trying to prove to me the headstones weren't moved, even after admitting 5 or 6 of them were on January 16, 2019. And oh gosh, there were so many more moved than 5 or 6. And then on to the west of Megan's resting plot, there was a newly set in headstone set in, both while fixing the drains that don't work. In the 11th picture, it's from the south of the existing tree to the north area where the north tree sat at one time. After this picture I take, I feel sick. My stomach feels nauseated. I had to sit for a little while. I stuck a piece of peppermint candy in my mouth, and of course I start to cry. And I'm not crying because of the heartache we feel for losing Megan. I cry because of what the city of Moore has done. They disrespected Megan, they tainted Megan, and no matter how you look at it, oh my gosh, I just had to dry my tears. Then I had to tell my angels I loved them, and I leave the cemetery. Thank you for listening. Stay kind with your words.